To my tea-drinking fans, I'm very sorry. You better spit it out. We got coffee. Gang, gang. I tried. I don't have as much control over my arms as I would care to. What up? Welcome back. How are you? I hope you're doing good. You smell good. Wait. That might be a lie. What if you don't? Do you? Okay, yeah. No, you smell okay. You're good. You're good, I think. The smell doesn't matter because the coffee you're brewing is strong, baby. We are reacting to Coffeezilla today again. The handsome journalist man. I could be a little bit biased. I'm willing to concede that in advance. We're watching his video today. Logan Paul sued me, but him, not me. He didn't sue me. Please don't listen. I'm in space prison. Calm down about it. How would anybody get my commissary? Can't have the flu. Gee, Foxy, why are you biased? You might be asking yourself. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, I never really watched his content, not Coffeezilla, the other person. I never really watched his content, and from what I saw of it, it looked kind of not my vibe. Is the nicest way I'm gonna say it. I also watched Coffeezilla's coverage on the mess that was Zootopia, which I encourage you to also go perhaps watch his other videos on the situation if you would like more background information. It might help because this might be a little complicated. We're on like the third book, I think. Bring the screen in close. Yeah, that's good. You could also, if you wanted to, go and watch my other reaction to his other his coverage of merch companies crewing people. Always be plugging. That's what we're watching today. It's in the original description. Support the original content creator, especially because apparently he's got freaking legal fees right now, and no suck, I imagine. We didn't have lawyers when I was allegedly convicted of causing the Big Bang. Don't worry about it. Also, like and subscribe here or you ain't even gang. I mean it. Okay, let's go. Into the poop soup.
Logan Paul is suing me for CryptoZoo, only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again. You see, only hours before this lawsuit was filed. I'm
gonna pause just a second. I'm super excited and I don't want to just blaze through this. But the thing about suing people is I'm pretty sure it opens you up to a process called discovery, where relevant stuff has to be sent over, and I feel like on terms of who has more to lose in discovery, I mean, as far as again, I'm in space prison, I'm out of the damn loop, kind of, but I watched a lot of Coffeezilla videos, and he researches stuff pretty well, and it's, oh no, man!
I had reached out to Logan Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which has just been accused by the Canadian government of being a multi-layered fraud in Canada. I obviously had questions, but before I was able to get answers, Logan's team of lawyers
he's not doing it again.
To silence me. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to go through this lawsuit. I'm going to tell you how to support us if you want, because while I didn't think I'd need help, I was wrong. But before we get to my mistake,
I hope you're... Wait, Coffeezilla, if you're about to join me in this prison, I swear you get no special treatment. I'm still boss. He probably didn't really do that much wrong, just more of a, I don't know. We'll see. It's fine. The copium.
This lawsuit is not about Logan Paul getting defamed. Instead, this is about him trying to dodge accountability, victims, and blame anyone but himself for his problems, especially me.
It's hard
This
to claim
lawsuit says-
defamation when, like, the response, as far as I know, to the video was like he complained about coffee. Well, at one point, I think he did thank him. I don't remember super much. He whiff-waffled on it a bit, but, like, he then ended up setting up, in response to Coffeezilla, a way to start actually paying back victims of who got screwed by CryptoZoo. Man, what are we doing? Who told him this was a good
Logan
idea?
Paul wants to hold me accountable for my actions. But what actions are those? Holding him accountable? It's ironic because his lawyers claim Logan has learned to believe in the importance of accountability. But accountability for who? Currently, Logan is fighting the victims of CryptoZoo in court, and now he's fighting the journalist who exposed him in the first place. Personally, I believe Logan has learned nothing from this except how to silence people with the law. But I won't be silent because Logan's lawsuit makes no sense. We're going to go through it because from the beginning, there's problems.
This is such a bad look. Like, especially because, like, I tried not to go crazy on him in the Mr. Beast reaction video because I was like, I mean, he's trying to pay back victims. Charlie is there. I'll be cool. I could be cool. Listen, none of these people actually care about what I think. It's fine. We don't actually need to worry about that. But you guys, you should. It's important. Don't make me get the tentacles. It's not a great look to pay back victims, go sue Coffeezilla, but also be suing all these other people. Like, even I would assume a judge would look at that and be like, you seem like you want to sue people, my guy. Like, do you have any accountability here whatsoever, sir? Are you just... Okay.
5 lawyers tried to discredit me as a journalist. They paint me as someone who wanted money. They say I had a false and malicious narrative. But you know who doesn't believe that? You know who secretly praises me behind the scenes?
This journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy named Coffeezilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy, did a deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
That's right.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, that hurts.
It's Logan Paul. He's the biggest enemy of Logan Paul's defamation case. Who knew? Because defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth. But he just admitted on camera that I am thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, if Coffeezilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah, remove that CryptoZoo stuff, that Coffeezilla stuff. Doesn't look good when you compliment the guy you're trying to sue. Maybe that's why Logan isn't even suing me for my original investigation at all.
Wait, what?
Most of this lawsuit being a ridiculous fanfic about how I took Logan out of context, that Logan was a victim, that I withheld text messages. Logan isn't suing me for any of the original investigation, though, because he knows he can't. Instead, at the end of the lawsuit, we find what my defamation really is. I'm being sued for 2 videos and 1 tweet where I advocated for refunds for the victims. Yes, you heard me right. Logan Paul sued me after I tried to get his fans, the CryptoZoo investors, a full refund. Remember there are...
I know I'm being quiet, but as a deity, it's really hard to hear someone so willingly not use their brain to, it's bad.
2 parts to
Okay.
CryptoZoo, the NFTs, and the Zoo tokens, and Logan chose only to refund the NFTs, which is a minority of the losses, and I had a major problem with that. I told Logan this. I've stated over and over my opinion that it is disappointing for someone as rich as Logan to not make things fully right, and instead only pay back a small part of the losses while fighting the rest of the victims in court. And it's
not
those videos
it's
and
not
tweets
wrong.
where I ask for refunds, which I'm being sued for. The first video in question is about Logan Paul not paying out refunds for 6 months. The second video was about Logan's partial refund, having a clause to make sure you couldn't sue him for the rest of your refund.
It has to be untrue, bro. Like, he's reporting what you're doing, and Logan Paul really is the type of dude to thank you when you expose his scam, then block you when you remind him to pay up. Okay, but he's also got the freaking receipts! Bruh. I'm confused.
In the tweet, I simply said, Logan's the type of guy to thank you for exposing a scam and block you when you remind him to pay up.
Oh, we could have just played it. I'm sorry, Coffee. I did you a disservice.
Yeah, now he's the type of guy to then sue you. Now, I'm sure Logan doesn't like it when I say things like Logan's victims or Logan's scam, but I have a question. If they're not Logan's victims, whose victims are they? Even Logan admits they are victims. He told me via text, just thought we had the same goal of helping victims instead of a divisive social media war. So he agrees people have been wronged by his game. You know, the thing that he said will earn you money.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
So how are these not Logan's victims? He, of course, would say it's his business partner's fault. But remember, Jake and Eddie have been out of the picture for years. And yet, CryptoZoo hasn't been released, despite Logan constantly promising it, and of course, also threatening to sue me.
We're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo.
I mean, at least, I guess he followed through.
The game's going to be made. You're going to have the opportunity to get your money back if you want, if you don't want to play the game. And I'm going to take care of the people who made me look like this was a scam perpetrated by me.
But the more
Logan wants to sue me
it
and
does
release
seem
a
so
finished CryptoZoo
scammy,
game,
though.
But he's only done one of those. Since Logan can't blame his partners, Jake and Eddie, for this, because they've been out of the picture, do you think he'll take accountability for not launching CryptoZoo?
Of course
No.
not.
This time, he blames the government. He says releasing CryptoZoo
What?
has too many regulatory hurdles. Maybe they should have thought of that before multi-millions of dollars of zoo tokens and eggs.
Yeah, that's something that you should have come up with in the initial research. Also, are you just pissed that they won't let you screw people and get away with it? It's what it's giving, personally.
Eggs were sold. And now Logan would rather blame the government than take accountability. Or if you let him keep talking, Logan might rant about internet reporters having too much responsibility.
These internet journalists, internet investigative reporters have way too much responsibility on their hands that is being mismanaged and wielded in a really inappropriate way.
It's honestly funny to watch this guy whine about his problems, which you can barely hear over what sounds like a private jet.
I don't know. I'm not. He's not passing the vibe check. Like, I don't think that's even the plane. I think that's just the sound of the copium.
Which brings me to another problem Logan has. Part of any defamation case is damages, and proving someone has harmed your reputation. But isn't Logan richer than ever with Prime? And did he have a reputation to harm? His
He was just in a Mr.
comments
Beast
calling
video.
Logan a scammer, possibly to suggest he's been hurt by my videos. But you have to have a reputation to lose one. And by the time of my reporting in question, Logan Paul was already accused of participating in multiple crypto pump and dump schemes.
Are you
That
going
article
to sue
does
them?
not reference my work. So Logan had already had a reputation as a
Just
scammer
kill Rios.
before my investigation, at least if you believe their allegations. So this lawsuit from beginning to end is groundless, meritless, frivolous, and Logan knows that because behind the scenes, in clips he didn't want to get out, he's saying I'm thorough and good-hearted. But in public, he wants to sue me, silence me, and cost me money, because that's the one department where we both know he's got me beat. We might have facts, We might even have evidence. But he's got all the money and the lawyers.
Boy, that's a salty pill. I wanted to say, like, even a lawyer can't make an apple into a pineapple, and then I thought about it and went, no, there's a lot of lawyers out there that are, I should have hired them.
And this is where I have to get to my one embarrassing mistake in all of this. See, my defense against rich people like Logan Paul is media insurance, for frivolous lawsuits. So when I was sued, I immediately called my insurance company to file a claim, so I wouldn't have to pay for it. But they told me they're not going to pay. They're trying to get out of covering us, using lawyers in fine print. It's a long story that I will be explaining on my second channel because insurance underwriting is very boring. But suffice to say, I got Dylan Danished. I may have even gotten scammed. I'm not quite sure. For now, the bottom line is we have to fight Logan with our personal funds, which means I need to ask for your support. If you want to help and are able to help, there are 2 ways to contribute to our fight.
I will try to link relevant links below in the description.
Which supports the channel. Or you can buy exclusive merch at Coffeezilla.store, where we just released the Coffeezilla defense drop. That's right. Life hands you lawsuits. You get rejected by your insurance. Make merch. So here's the deal. These shirts will be available for pre-order for only the next 14 days.
That was a
and
joke.
100% of profits we make from selling them will go to this lawsuit. If for some weird reason there's money left over, it will be dedicated to future legal costs for this channel. I just want to let you know they're available.
Future legal costs sounds so scary.
Lawsuit while also getting something in return. I didn't want to just set up a GoFundMe. So if you want to do that, just know pre-orders take a few weeks to get done because we make them after you order. And remember, you have 14 days. And you can get that at Coffeezilla.store.
Coffeezilla.store.
All right, now we're going to shift gears and talk about the final part of this lawsuit.
Hands stay down.
Why did Logan Paul sue me now? It's been over a year since he apologized and thanked me.
Thank you, Coffeezilla. I am very grateful for your work and your investigation. And I mean that. Thank you, bro.
It might seem strange.
That's so uncomfortable. Did you know? Like, complimented him and thanked him so many times.
Logan Paul in a teaser for a video. Did you know 21 hours before the lawsuit, I had texted Logan for comment? Did you know I told him he had 24 hours to respond, and Logan sued me 3 hours before the deadline? Yep, that's right. Logan's lawyers then threatened me in that lawsuit email that if I report on this new story, Logan might hold me accountable. And Logan's definition of accountability seems to mean he'll sue me, which is why I believe this lawsuit was not designed to win, but to shut me up, to threaten me, using Logan's wealth and a federal court system without anti-slap to send a message. Do not tell that story. Of course.
Bro, I'm a villain, and that's gross. You're gross.
Of course, I don't believe that's the only reason I was sued. Clearly, Logan wanted to sue me for a while.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think he particularly likes you, sir.
Maybe Logan's team will deny this. Maybe they'll say it's coincidence they sued 3 hours before a deadline. Maybe it's coincidence I announced a story about Logan 6 days before, and maybe it's coincidence that Logan's lawyers threatened me about this new story while suing me for the last story that I hadn't discussed in 6 months. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
Either way, when someone threatens new reporting in a lawsuit about old reporting, the effect is the same. So, what was this new story? Well, it's partly about a Canadian law enforcement investigation, and it's partly about something I told Logan to help him. Yes, believe it or not, I tried to help Logan Paul. To explain,
Canadians, are you safe? I'm just worried for my maple-bearing friends.
we need to go back to when CryptoZoo first got exposed. Logan said he was going to sue me, but got backlash. So he called me to apologize. He said he was wrong and wanted to make things right. I made it clear refunds are the absolute right move going forward, and to my surprise, he agreed. 100%, man. We're on the same page. But we weren't. Logan now doesn't use the word refund. He calls this a buyback. But at the time, I need you to understand, I thought Logan was going to announce a full refund, so I began trying to help him. And dare I say, I was even nice to the guy. You can see that I tried to offer people who might be able to trace blockchain damages to refund people. And in the same spirit, I made Logan aware of potential problems at a different company he co-owned called Liquid Marketplace.
I'm curious because, like, he said in the beginning of the video that he messed up somewhere along the way, and, like, I don't inherently know where that was, but, like, so far, I don't. He can have a lot of lawyers if he wants to, but a lot of judges would just look at this and be like, okay, okay. I guess I don't know that. But it seems kind of common sensey that this is just meant to punish and silence and kind of punitive, not like actually, I don't know. Okay.
Called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one
I am
person,
not
we own
encouraging
this
you
card.
to
We as a
check
collective
this
can
out,
co-own it together.
please.
This was a fractionalized collectible platform where Logan sold things like roughly half of a $5 million Pokemon card. The idea was you could buy tokens that represented partial ownership in rare collectibles.
Was that why
that
he was
video, by
wearing
the way,
freaking
got 8
Pokemon
million
cards all the
views,
time? I was
and a
very
lot of people
confused.
bought into this platform.
I
The
saw
problem
that
was,
pop
I'd heard
up
troubling
occasionally.
stories about this company, and I was trying to verify if the claims were true. So I had gone to the CEO, Ryan Bahadori, to ask him questions, but he kept dodging meetings.
Oh
And I
no,
don't mean he
Ryan.
refused meeting with me. I mean, we would set up meetings and then he did not show up. So I was troubled. And I brought this up to Logan. I figured if he's going to make one company right, make them all right. Otherwise, it might come back to bite him. I mean, can you imagine the disaster if another one of Logan Paul's co-founded companies was discovered to have scammed his fans? Hypothetically, that would be a very bad look. So I'm thinking, while he refunds...
I don't know Logan Paul's demographics, but how many scams are they falling for at this point? This
CryptoZoo, Logan can push the CEO to talk with me, and I can figure out the truth. Maybe Logan can fix it if there's something wrong. And you can see Logan responds to me. He says, gonna push Ryan to talk to you. Again, appreciate it, man.
Slip text.
Now, I
What
don't
does
hear
that
back
mean?
from Ryan or Logan about this, so after a while, I follow up again. I say, let me know if Ryan plans on talking. A lot of nasty stories still out there about Liquid Marketplace, embezzlement, etc., and he's dodged meeting me already once. Now, obviously, the most shocking part of this is the word embezzlement. I need to make it clear. This is not an accusation. I am not accusing Logan Paul or Liquid Marketplace of wrongdoing.
Noted.
I brought it up in our texts because it is my job to investigate unverified claims. That's the whole point of me wanting to meet with the CEO, but I was stonewalled. Logan never replied, despite me reminding him again via email 5 months later that I wanted to talk to Ryan about, quote, embezzlement and, quote, potential fraud.
How
Once
involved
again,
is he? If
not
Logan,
accusing anyone of wrongdoing, I'm simply doing my job at the time to chase down rumors and unverified claims. Without concrete proof, I would have never talked about any of this. But on June 19th,
Oh,
2024,
that's why everybody's
because
dodging the
Ontario Securities
freaking phone
Commission
calls.
revealed a Liquid Marketplace investigation.
New
where they
phone,
accused
who
Liquid
dis?
Marketplace of being a multi-layered fraud, taking in $2.7 million from the sale of these fractionalized collectibles. The platform allegedly did not do exactly what it promised. Some of the blockchain tokens did not even mint. But even worse was the allegation that approximately $3 million was misappropriated from $10 million they raised of investor funds. This is a very similar claim to the one I had tried to verify. Ryan Bahadori, the guy I tried to speak to, was accused of, quote, making hidden payments to shell corporations without any legitimate business purpose, as were 2 other of the founders. And Ryan was accused of, quote, using company credit cards to buy high-end fashion, expensive jewelry and watches.
The
personal
stink
health and
is
luxury spa
stinking.
services. If only there was someone who could have investigated this sooner. Now, it is really important to say Logan Paul is not accused
Stupid
by
arms,
the
stay
OSC.
down.
Only 3 of his co-founders and his company is. But given the history, I had questions. After all, Logan's promotional video about Liquid Marketplace is still up. And the reason many people cared about Liquid Marketplace at all was arguably Logan Paul. So here were my questions. And as I read this, it's important to correct. I say Liquid Marketplace got accused of embezzlement. Technically, the OSC alleged misappropriation of funds. Those are similar. They're not the same. So I wanted to correct that. But here's what I asked. Quote, did you take any action on hearing these allegations over a year ago? Did you get approached by the Ontario Securities Commission? And is it true that Liquid Marketplace lied about their claims of insurance, appraisals, and co-ownership as the Ontario Securities Commission alleges? You can see I gave him 24 hours to respond on June 26th.
Oh, and
at
then we
2:03
went,
PM.
no,
And
no,
I was
no,
promptly
I don't
sued
want to
June
talk.
27th
No, we're
at
good,
11:28
we're
AM,
cool, we're
with roughly
fine.
3 hours to spare. Now, I want to be
Oy.
clear. I don't know the answers to the questions I sent. Maybe Logan secretly whistleblew to the OSC when I first went to him. I don't know. That's why you ask questions as a reporter. But now the story is not about those questions. It's about why I was sued immediately after asking them and threatened if I reported about Liquid Marketplace in a way they didn't like.
Yeah, that
This is
doesn't
not
sound
how I wanted
good.
this story to come out, because there's still so much we don't know and so much I can't say now for legal reasons. Maybe Logan's totally innocent. Maybe he surrounded himself with scumbags who defrauded his fans. Maybe he'll do a refund for this project. I don't know, because I never got the chance to find out. I tried to investigate, but I was stonewalled and sued when I asked questions. Make no mistake, though, this investigation is still ongoing, and you can reach me at the email below if you were affected. I will release my full investigation when it's appropriate.
I
because
hope
even
none
if
of
Logan
you were
doesn't want to answer questions, it
affected.
doesn't mean I
Please
have to
be
stop
safe.
asking them. So, in summary, Logan's lawsuit is not about my original reporting into CryptoZoo. Even if you take this lawsuit on its own, without context, it's an argument over Logan not refunding victims in full. It's Logan insisting he's not to blame. It's all his business partner's fault. But I don't think that aligns with the publicly known facts. That's my opinion. For years,
This
Logan
is
has
so
controlled CryptoZoo,
messy.
and yet
Like-
the game is still not out. Logan is now blaming the government for that instead of himself. And he also blames me for losing his good reputation, but you can't lose something you never had. Not to mention, Logan is arguably richer than ever, and he's on the record finding my reporting thorough and good-hearted. So this defamation lawsuit feels frivolous even on the surface. But if you dig deeper, there's an even more compelling story, which I personally believe.
Hey, we're
Where
wearing
the goal is to
suspenders!
crush new
Suspender
investigations
twins!
while
Sorry.
taking revenge on old ones. In this version, Logan might not even care about winning. Legal battles are expensive, and in the world of money, he's got me beat. So he can try to silence me by weaponizing the law. He can sue me for doing
I
my
hope
job.
you
He
consulted
can
a
sue me
lawyer
for
before
asking
you
questions,
posted
and he can
this.
sue me for asking for refunds. But it's going to backfire, because I think it reveals Logan as a bully rather than
Yeah,
someone
no,
who's
it's
truly sorry.
super duper
Because
does
Logan
look
may be the
really,
master
really
of convincing
crappy.
people he's changed, but I'm convinced it's the follow-through where things go wrong. You know, the actually changing part. There was a time where even I believed Logan was going to fully refund victims. That's why I was so nice to him and tried to help despite him threatening to sue me. But when it came time to pay up, Logan chose a minority refund and to fight the rest of the victims in court who wanted their money. And when I complained about that, Logan went from sorries and thank yous to lawyers and I'm suing you real quick. The irony is, it was that same initial belief in Logan's capacity to change that also made me bring up Liquid Marketplace to help stop potential problems. And yet here we are. The company is now accused of being a multi-layered fraud by the OSC. And the CEO, who I tried to talk to multiple times, is alleged to have misappropriated money. This is despite me trying to talk to Logan directly many times as he asked.
Maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me personally, not my manager Jeff, who is
Wow.
not me, Steven.
It's such a bad look.
And I got sued and threatened.
like
to pay
every
later. That, I think,
clip.
says a lot about Logan's supposed change and his belief in accountability. Maybe the person he really believes in accountability for is not himself, but me. Specifically, when I try to get accountability.
You have
from
to
him.
be held
If you wanna
accountable for
support
making
this
him have a
lawsuit,
big
the
bad
best
no
way
good
is
very
Coffeezilla.store
sucky
for
day,
14 days.
I
Or you can
guess.
support on
Oy.
Patreon. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Ay. Everybody, please, again, I will post the links below if you are interested in supporting Coffeezilla in his fight against Logan Paul being... Ooh, so extra. Allegedly! He seems too happy and I don't want any part of that. Man, I'm awake, but now I'm angry. I very much hope Coffeezilla is found a good lawyer and has protected himself. This does seem very bullyish. What did you guys think? Did you make it to the end? I don't. Man, the internet sure did get kind of weird lately while I was gone, huh? I'm the best part of the chaos in your world. See you next time. I love you. Bye. Gang, gang. Like and subscribe or you ain't even gang. Mwah. Do you have games on your phone? Go away.